अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाजरीन, प्रोग्राम एक्सपर्ट एडवाइस के साथ मैं हूं शकील अहमद। नाजरीन, मौजूदा हालात में पूरी दुनिया के अंदर तमाम बिजनेसेस, एजुकेशन और दूसरे सेक्टर्स कोरोना की वजह से, कोविड की वजह से बुरे तरीके से मुतासर हुए हैं। इनमें इम्पॉर्टेंटली एजुकेशन भी एक बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर है, जहां पे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को लोकली और इंटरनेशनली हायर एजुकेशन के लिए बहुत परेशानियां और मुसीबतों का सामना करना पड़ा, और दे वर अनएबल टू अटेंड देयर कैंपसेस, schools, and they were even unable to get the real life exposure at their campuses. तो इसी तरह से इसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में इंटरनेशनली भी बहुत सारी ऐसी डेस्टिनेशंस हैं जो अभी तक इन पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ओपन नहीं है। इनमें ऑस्ट्रेलिया सरफहरिस्त है, लेकिन गुड न्यूज़ ये है, इम्पॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ ये है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने रिसेंटली कुछ अनाउंसमेंट किए हैं अपने बॉर्डर्स ओपन करने के लिए पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए और दूसरे इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स के लिए। इस पे भी हम बात करेंगे और डिटेल से हम बात करेंगे कि पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अंदर, ख़ास तौर पे साउथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एट फ्लिंडर्स यूनिवर्सिटी क्या ऑप्शंस हैं, क्या स्कॉलरशिप्स हैं, क्या एडमिशन क्राइटेरिया है और किस तरीके से वो हायर एजुकेशन के लिए इन टाइम प्लान कर सकते हैं। इस सब पे डिस्कस करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं मार्क चानले, सीनियर मैनेजर इंटरनेशनल रिक्रूटमेंट एट फ्लिंडर्स यूनिवर्सिटी. Mark, thank you very much for joining us right away from Australia. First question and very important point, what the students are doing at the moment there in Australia? I mean, are they going to their classes physically, are studying online, and overall COVID situation there in your country?
Thanks, Shaquille. So the current situation in Australia, as many of the students might be aware of, is that business is back to normal. There are students coming here on campus, studying, attending classes, attending lectures and tutorials as it was pre-pandemic times.
Right.
That's in general. Some of the states in Australia are open, closed. Some of the students are on campus and some are not. But here in South Australia, in Adelaide, we are back to normal. We have been since May last year. So we have students studying physically on campus, but also a lot of students now, international students, studying online from offshore. And what we're doing is providing them the same support that they need to succeed offshore and online as they would if they were here on campus.
Mark, very important and student demanding question. Internationally, a lot of different students, they are looking for Australia border opening. So being an expert, what you have to say when Australia is going to open borders for international students, please?
Well, that's the question on everyone's minds, Shaquille. And look, I would be certainly excited today to tell you if I would knew, and I do know, or when I do know, the borders will open. But unfortunately, I don't know an exact date. But what I can tell the students is that we've got a little bit of a hint from the government as to when. And only, a few months ago, the Australian government was talking very openly in its budget planning for 2022 that it was expecting to have the borders in some shape or another open by mid next year, so July next year. Now, I think the students should realise that that doesn't mean the borders will be 100% open and students can come in as they would have pre-pandemic times. This would be a little bit more of a flow for students, for Australians offshore and for tourists. But the government's also said that between now and then, they're planning to bring in international students through a range of different initiatives. So I think this is really positive times. The government's thinking about how they can support international students. And for us as a sector, we really want to have all of the students back. We want new students joining us. But right now, it's about focusing on the things that we definitely know.
Mark, thank you. A very important update and a very good news for international student. Recently, we came across to know that Australian government has allowed South Australia state to bring student on pilot program. So please let us know our student what is it this pilot program and how. I mean, this is a good news for international students. And what are the updates about this plan, please?
Well, Shaquille, one thing I want to say is that this is not a pilot program. This is a new program. So the state government, the South Australian government, along with the universities, along with other higher education and vet and ELICOS providers here in South Australia, working with the state government, have a program approved by the federal government, by the Prime Minister, to be able to bring in international students on a fortnightly basis. So we
Right.
have approval, hopefully starting in the sort of the latter half of 2021, to bring in 160 students a fortnight into South Australia. The good news is that this is a quarantine facility where the students will stay for 2 weeks. And then obviously we'll have to go through a series of tests, and then we'll be able to enter into, I guess, normal life within South Australia. So every 2 weeks, we hope a plane will arrive with 160 new international students, and the program will continue through. So unlike a pilot, that's one group of students arrive. This program is about a continual opportunity for students to come in. Now, a few details about that program, and I know a lot of your audience tonight and today will be thinking about, geez, how can I get onto this plane? How can I have access to these places? There are still a lot of details to be organized, but one of the things, and I'm sure we'll talk a bit more about that today, is that students need to have a visa. Students more than likely might need to be vaccinated. These are just things that we expect, but you can be guaranteed that will be supporting students who are already offshore studying online who can't return. And these might be students who started their studies 2-3 years ago and are now in their final year of their bachelor or master's programs or even PhDs. So there will be some priority list, and then students will be able to make their way onto that list as they enroll in online studies from offshore.
Great. Connecting question to to the conversation we are having, would this program be for all students? I mean, the bachelor's and master's students both are specifically they have taken it for some sort of master's or undergraduate program.
Yeah, I don't think, Shaquille, there will be any differentiation as to what the student's studying. This is available for all international students. So if you're studying English, pathway, master's, undergraduate, PhD, but you must be studying at a South Australian institution. So Flinders University is obviously one of those institutions. So if you're studying with us, you could be on the list. But like I said today, I can't promise students exactly the details as to how those 160 students each fortnight will be chosen, but I can be pretty definite on the fact that you will need to have a visa, and therefore, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more, you need to go through that process. So for any students watching, definitely apply, start the process today if you want to be included in that 160 as we go forward. But it will take time to bring everyone in, and this is such a great message, and I guess an element of hope for all of the students out there that are seeking a great education here in South Australia.
Yes, I believe this is an excellent opportunity for higher education seeker at the moment internationally. So, I mean, as you're mentioning, 160 students fortnightly has to be accepted by South Australia. So are these 160 students in total will be accepted by South Australia or specifically by Flinders University?
No, it's into the state. So other universities, as well as the other education providers, English pathways, as I mentioned, PhD students are all included into that 160. I'd love for Flinders to have all 160 places, but here in South Australia, we are restricted. And I think the thing to highlight as well to your audience is that the 160 is in addition to the federal cap on arrivals. So this is not taking places of Australians who are currently stranded offshore. This is 160 allocated places for South Australian students seeking to return.
Great. And Mark, in this pandemic due to COVID, a lot of different international students, they opted for online education. I'm sure a lot of different Pakistani students, they are currently enrolled for online programs at Flinders University. But I mean, having a prestigious tier and locating closely international students, how much you are satisfied that this mode of study students are really satisfied of with?
Look, I think, Shaquille, we would both agree, and I'm sure many of your people in your audience tonight would agree, that you want to be here on campus experiencing this amazing environment to study. Studying online is never going to replace that, but it's the best we can do to continue the hopes and dreams and education goals that students want. And so therefore, I would get students to focus on the opportunity of starting their studies, at least getting a foot in the door. Because remember, like what I've mentioned about the 160 students a fortnight, you need to be in the queue. In order to be in the queue to be on the plane, you need to apply, you need to have a place at the university, you need to be studying, and you need to have your visa. So it's just part of that. But I can honestly say that the experience of our students, have studying online is fantastic. We've surveyed them both from a Flinders perspective, but also statewide and nationally. And in fact, the student experience has gone up. And the reason why is we are a student-centric university. We focus on the student experience. We focus on how we can make sure that the materials, the assets, the learning, support that's really important to students is being delivered as well as possible online as what it would have been here on campus. The best news for students studying online is that you can access this anytime you like. And so therefore, online study is actually more flexible than on-campus study. You don't even have to get dressed. You can just sit in your pajamas at home in the safety of your home with your mum, dad, brother and sister, friends around you, and study as you like. So
that's fantastic. And very importantly, I would love to ask, a lot of different students currently waiting, looking for some good news from the government of Australia regarding their higher education there. So being an expert, what would you advise students with respect to their admissions, preparation to get admission there in Australia, and future plans for their higher education? What would you advise importantly to international students at the moment, please?
All right. So the first thing is research. Understand exactly what you want to study. And you can do that by reaching out to people like my team who are currently in Pakistan. You can reach out to education agents which the university works with. And you can obviously reach out to us through our website and contact channels. You need to understand your course and specifically when the start date is. In Australia, at Flinders University, we have 2 intakes a year, February, March, and June, July. A first semester and a second semester start date. But for students that are seeking to study business, engineering, IT, you can start both intakes. But a student who's wanting to study, say, medicine or allied health or nursing, courses like that only have 1 intake a year. So a student that's wanting to start, understand which intake and take advantage of that. And I would encourage, as I've already said so far, start that process now. And I would apply for semester 1, 2022. Start the ball rolling, because you can imagine once the borders are open, all places on that program become available, it's going to be very competitive. So the further you are along in your education experience, the higher the chances are you'll find yourself here in Australia. So that
Right.
would be the most important thing. Research, research, research.
That's really great. Definitely, a student has to undergo himself for the great research before opting or selecting any future university at the course there in Australia. Uh, Mark, what are the, I mean, hot courses? What are the general courses you would like to advise to international students, especially here in Pakistan? And what is the general eligibility for that if somebody wants to continue their higher education at bachelor level or the master level at Flinders University, Australia?
Sure. So Flinders University is a comprehensive university. We teach over 500 undergraduate, postgraduate, and research degrees. So I'm confident that any course that a Pakistani student would be interested in studying, Flinders University can offer. We are very strong, obviously, in the health and medical science programs, but equally as strong in engineering, IT, and business, creative arts. Courses like that lead to great job outcomes are very practical and make students really employable. The main thing is to study at the university at an undergraduate level. Pakistani students will need to study an IB or an A levels course, equivalent to Year 12 Australian, or alternatively a foundation or a diploma program. And we work with a range of providers to suit that. For students that are looking for postgraduate studies, they need to study at a recognised education provider, a university ideally in Pakistan, and then they'll be able to come into our postgraduate degree. So they need an equivalent bachelor degree. Almost all of our postgraduate studies don't require a specific GPA. There are some that do, but the majority, we just need to see a pass and in general, good strong grades just to make sure that will help you with your visa application when students apply. As well as that, we need students to have proof of English. Sometimes they can prove English based on their studies, but often we need students to sit an IELTS or a PTE, TOEFL, or a Duolingo. And the good news is the University, Flinders, is accepting Duolingo for semester 1 and 2, 2022.
Right.
And that's a really easy, accessible English language test.
Absolutely fantastic option for students. As you know, the pandemic has disturbed students, so university is facilitating as much as it can to the international and local students too. Importantly, the sharp minds, talented students, brilliant one, got great CGPAs or great percentages. So what scholarship opportunities Flinders is offering for bachelor's and master students there, please?
That's definitely a good question, Shaquille. And we want to reward amazing students to study at the university. So Flinders has what's called a Go Beyond Scholarship Program. And for those people that want to learn more about it, simply Google Go Beyond Flinders. If you Google that, you'll see our range of scholarships. So specifically for Pakistani students studying offshore, wanting to start online, or even here in Australia, all of our scholarships are eligible for them. So there's no differentiation between starting online or on campus. We allow both.
Right.
And we have 3 scholarship categories: 20%, 25%, and 50% scholarships for undergraduate and postgraduate students. So we're going into all the details as to exactly what students' CGPA or equivalent ATAR they need. The best thing to do is go to our website, have a read, and students will be able to work out whether they're eligible or not. But the best thing is apply to the university, send us an application, and we'll do that assessment for you. The thing to highlight is that the 20 and 25% scholarships are automatically assessed. There's no additional application process.
Right.
So if a student applies, we'll be able to let them know if they're eligible for the 20 and 25, and then the 50% scholarship, the Vice Chancellor Scholarship, that has a few other requirements to go with it, but more information is available online.
Excellent. The 50% scholarship is really an encouraging scholarship for international students. For a university like Flinders, it's a great opportunity for international students to avail 50% scholarship there. Last question, Mark, I would love to ask. We are talking about Flinders, situated in South Australia. So why international student has to only look for Flinders there?
Well, Shaquille, I think it goes without saying, we're a fantastic university. We have fantastic rankings. We have fantastic rankings by research, but also in student support services. And we really care about our students. I think I'm proud to work for a university that puts students first, and those results are being seen in student success, but in the surveys that we've been conducting, both, as I mentioned earlier, here in South Australia and nationally. I think we're also a university that provides a genuine Australian experience. So unlike some of the Australian universities, Flinders is a very diverse university and student population. So this means that Pakistani students in particular are going to be studying with students from over 100 different nationalities in their courses. And I think that's important. They're also going to be studying with a lot of Australian students. So that is also important. They get that genuine Australian experience whilst at the same time gaining a global experience. And I think the other really important thing is that our degrees are industry relevant. So we work very closely with industry here in South Australia and across Australia to make sure our degrees meet the requirements of many professional bodies. That means that students are more employable, it means they get paid more, and they find jobs much more quickly once they graduate or even before. And I know for a lot of Pakistani students, practical experience as part of their degrees is absolutely key. So things like internships, industry placements, industry live projects, those are integrated into our degrees. So it means that you're guaranteed those as part of your studies across a wide range of over 500 undergraduate, postgraduate and research degrees.
Excellent. I must appreciate Flinders' efforts to bridge a gap between industry and academia. This is something really fantastic to know about. Mark, thank you very much for your valuable time, and we had a great discussion. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Shaquille, and see you. Bye.
जी तो नाजरीन, आपने कंप्लीट डिस्कशन सुनी. होपफुली वो सवालात जिनके जवाबात आप जानना चाह रहे थे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हायर एजुकेशन के हवाले से, यू गॉट द आंसर. मज़ीद अगर कोई भी मालूमात चाहिए, दिए गए नंबर पर रब्ता कर सकते हैं. स्टे ट्यून टू द नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम. टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ. थैंक यू. बाय बाय.